camera, action.
Let me know we're good.
All right.
At Comic-Con 2019 here in New York City with the one, the only Kai Greene, aka
Mr. Getting It Done. What's good? What's good? What's good?
Kai Greene, exhibiting right here the Chronicles of King Kai. Kai, I want you to take us through this beautiful, exquisite artwork right here that we're seeing as a mural for Chronicles of Kai.
Well, right now we're serving this as a backdrop, but technically, let me get over here. Can you see me? Is everything here? Why'd you get out the frame?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Because you wanted to make sure everybody got a chance to take it all in, right? Okay, well, I'm gonna step out the way just for a second. Did you see it? Uh-oh. Now, what you're looking at right now is the best of a lot of time, effort, and a labor of love. Feast your eyes on our great character named Prince Hithra. He is no joke. He is the emissary of an incredible force named King Cthulhu. Now, honestly, man, I can't let everything out the bag, but these guys represent something that is an incredible force that becomes the thing that King Kai has to work very hard to fight against. Because ultimately, he's trying to save his world. King Kai is the character that is very near and dear to my heart. He's a character that I created, but more importantly, the story of my life has kind of given a platform to, and only now am I able to put together the resources and the ability to bring it to market and actually share it with the world in a way that I couldn't do when I was on stage as an athlete and then also working as a businessman doing other stuff.
So Kai, you've been a staple here at Comic-Con for years now. Talk to us about the origins, the roots, the motivation behind Kai Greene, the artist, the actor, and everything that you worked on to get to this point where you're now exhibiting, which is a big deal, by the way. It's a 4-year wait list to be exhibiting here at Comic-Con New York.
Yeah, we've been working for a minute to try to get at least to this point, and I'm very, very happy to say that it's now that we're actually experiencing some tremendous breakthrough, and I know that should this continue, we're actually going to experience something that's even larger when we talk about developing yourself in the way of success that you dream to become. But that said, yeah, man, we started this thing so many years back, and in fact, technically, I'm going to say well before I even got on the stage as a competitive bodybuilder.
Right.
You know, the idea of working with the creative mind and recognizing the creative mind is certainly, the artistic mind is something that's been a part of me, and I can find everywhere I choose to look from as far back as I can remember. I mean, I started drawing before I learned my ABCs. So, you know, this is, artistic expression has been something that's been very real and very much a part of everything that I've experienced in making this thing called life happen since the beginning of my awareness of myself.
So recently, of course, you were on Stranger Things 2nd season, and so many people, obviously you look around the crowd here at Comic-Con, you look at the success of Stranger Things in season 2 and the role that you played, the specific role. Are there any future acting roles down the pipeline, be it in Stranger Things or any other projects that we should be aware of?
Well, you know what? You know, they make you sign so many contracts when it comes to, you know, being fortunate enough to be a part of something like that, as big as it has been. They're really big to kind of let anything out of the bag. I have to let the powers that be that, you know, organize all of that and decide what to say, when to say it. I'm gonna let them continue to do what they do.
But there's some big projects down the line.
Absolutely, absolutely, and I'm very, very, very excited and thankful to be in the position that we're in, to be able to just announce that we're just fortunate enough to be a part of life, and certainly the life of projects that are much larger than myself, that I can't take all the credit for, but I'm very, very excited to be a part of.
Superhero or action figure? What can we expect?
Well, Chronicles of King Kai? Oh, well, you know what? Honestly, yeah, man. We got a lot of really big things that we're working toward. But one of the things that we do here, making a showing at Comic-Con, is pretty much announcing to the world that you're here, pretty much making yourself available to be able to take meetings, and to do some of the very necessary behind-the-scenes work that is required to, you know, really take the development, the process of your product to the next level in this development.
What's next for the Chronicles of King Kai?
Well, we're going to finish actually presenting the next 6 issues that are very, very exciting to us. We're also under the Dynamic Muscle Comics banner, which is another company that I happen to be representing and the owner of. But with that said, we're going to be releasing another 4 titles. We have a lot of really colorful, interesting characters that have an incredible amount of significance to me in my personal life, my real life, but then also, are, I think, very interesting characters to be explored and talked about and developed in the larger sense of bringing them to market and doing it in this medium. So I'm excited about that. Those things are to come. We're going to be also doing just a number of stuff. I actually got into some action films, and we got some action film stuff that's going to be coming down the pipeline that still relate to the stuff we're doing with Chronicles of Kenkai, Book of Caliris, Rogue Sword, Roar the Savage. You name it, we're doing it, and we're just really excited to be able to explore being in this position right now. There's so much opportunity. In fact, everywhere we look, we are creating something new, and we're very, very excited to be able to do it under the Dynamic Muscle Comics banner and Chronicles of Kenkai.
Now, obviously, the bodybuilding fans want to know. Let's go back to this past year. And obviously, you got a big smile on your face. There was so much innuendo, hints, clues that you may or may not be partaking in the 2019 Olympia. Was there ever any real serious consideration from you to partake in the 2019 Olympia?
Well, I don't want to say anything negative about, the brand and the company. Actually, that show, the Olympia, and everything about it has been a tremendous stepping stone for me.
Sure.
And another time in my life and career, it was the place to be. In an effort to step into the next level of what is to be my development as a personality, as an athlete, and then also as what we're now getting a chance to realize as an entrepreneur, personality, and a businessman, aside from the sport.
Sure.
So, I always want to speak in a way that's very, very respectful and appreciative, not only to the fans' interest, but then also to the platform that has been very, very, very helpful in helping me find my way in development. There were some things that we weren't able to kind of do to solidify that possibility, but I still keep the window of opportunity open. My door is open. We're available to continue our discussions if we should.
Sure. You had that meeting with AMI, much publicized meeting with AMI. It was after that point that obviously the speculation began. Is Kai Greene going to be the 2019 Olympian? If you can speak to what I guess was the final nail for you to not do the show, what would it be?
Well, I don't want to say anything.
Oh, right, yeah.
Obviously,
you want to keep it respectful, but
yeah, everything about what we're trying to do is represent positivity,
right,
and upliftment and encouragement to anybody that can hear it and anybody that needs to hear it. And I try to be responsible to at least that. So without saying anything negative,
right,
we weren't able to come to I guess some good terms,
right,
with the meeting of the mind, so to speak.
Fair enough. But the window's open.
The window was open.
But listen, now, after the Olympia, I believe it was that night, after Brandon Curry won, there was a picture posted, I believe it was on Twitter. It was a comparison picture. Some may say it was you trolling Brandon Curry. Now, yesterday, Dorian Yates came out and said he expressed dissatisfaction with the lineup with Brandon Curry as the current Mr. Olympia. Your thoughts on Brandon Curry winning the Olympia, and then your thoughts on the general Olympia field in 2019?
Okay. So my thoughts on the Olympia, honestly, shout out to Brandon Curry. Brandon Curry is he's paid a lot of dues. He's been around for some time, and the truth is, though a lot of fans may just be discovering him right now, the truth is he's really been at this for quite some time. And I think within the last 4 years, it's been really interesting to see him, really get things together. He's been able to rev up, his preparation and his investment, I think, in, the development of his athlete on stage in ways that we only wish he would have done many, many years ago. Now, truth is, he has an amazing story to tell, but right now he is a great representative of the sport. He's going to be a tremendous ambassador and a wonderful asset, I think, for the bodybuilding community at large as Mr. Olympia, and that's not to say anything negative about anybody else,
right?
But right now, him with that title and some of the things we've gotten a chance to see him do, just because of the quality of his man, he has children, he has a respect and appreciation for his ability to recognize what he's supposed to do right now, even if he wasn't Mr. Olympia. So being the father, being the married man, being the person that believes in all of the things that are helping him be a success right now, is uplifting for all of us that are fans of the sport and enthusiastic about seeing somebody do something really awesome with the title.
But Kai, people are going to look back at this 2019 lineup, and obviously you're going to say all the positive things, but they are going to note that there was no Kai Greene, there was no Phil Heath, there was no Big Ramy, and they're going to say that you had an epic opportunity to win this show. When you look back at this 2019 Olympia, be it now or some years down the road, is there going to be a sense of regret that maybe this was your best chance at coming away with that standout?
See, here's the thing. I don't think that, there's a section, there's a statement that says, you made your bed and now you have to lie in it, or the idea that, opportunity only knocks once. I think if you believe that you have to wait for someone to create an opportunity for you, then you do yourself a disservice. I think that it is the man or woman that believes enough in doing the thing that means enough to them to do the work, that as a result of doing the work, they end up creating the opportunity, and I think when opportunity is a product of development, of work.
So no regrets.
Well, it's not anything to regret.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think that you do the work based on expecting a specific and desired end result, and as a result of doing that, hey man, your work is not in vain. And I think that we are able to achieve the desired end result provided we're able to continue to work. I don't believe that there's an opportunity that was there that I missed out on because that wasn't my opportunity. I make my own opportunity. In fact, I think every athlete that recognizes themselves to be the champion that they know they have to be. In order to be a successful champion, then you have to know that you make your opportunity. I am an opportunity maker because I recognize and assert my right to identify myself as a champion, and understanding that the champion is not determined by genetics or who's in your corner or who isn't. The most important person, anybody that is deciding themselves to be somebody in this life, needs to have in their corner is first themselves. Nobody is going to be able to invest in you worth a damn unless you've already made the commitment to invest in yourself. So I don't believe opportunities are given.
Right.
I believe that an athlete, when a champion invests in himself, develops himself, and as a result of that development is able to create the opportunities that become.
Now, the last time we saw you on a bodybuilding stage was the 2016 Arnold Classic Brazil. That was the run where you won the Arnold Classic in the USA, Australia, then Brazil. Looking ahead, and look, obviously you're here in this world of comics, movies, you're an artist, you're putting it all together. But the bodybuilding fan sees you still so active in the bodybuilding world on social media. Last week, you put that little compilation between you and Phil Heath. You're still having so much fun. You're posting savage training videos. In essence, A, what has kept you off the bodybuilding stage for now 3 years? And then B, 2020, be it the Olympia, be it the Arnold Classic, be it another show, will we see Kai Greene on a bodybuilding stage next year?
Well, it's very possible. It's very, very possible. And, like I said, my door is open. I didn't close the door. And I'm really, really excited about, being in this place. And I think that there's responsibility that comes with being in this place. And there was a time when I was just an athlete and I could only choose to look at my day-to-day efforts as only through the eyes of being an athlete.
Right.
So the thoughts about how to improve my game all day were the things that I thought about all day. But now I'm in another stage of my development, and with that comes more responsibility and the ability to have to look at this thing with a much wider lens. So with that said, I recognize the opportunity, but I also recognize the responsibility. And I think that if I continue to work in the way that allows me to be most responsible, I'll not only be able to satisfy the interest that has inspired a lot of the earlier supporters and fans to come to the table, recognizing that there's something here for them to pay attention to, but then also all of the new supporters and followers that we're able to attract as a result of making our stage, our platform, so much larger, and recognizing that we have to be able to do so much more.
I want to ask one more question because I know you have this epic long line. You're a bodybuilder. You're a creative artist. You're an actor. You're a philosopher. For the fans watching, how does Kai Greene put that all together and make it work?
You know what? All I can say is I'm better at trying to show you than I can tell you. And I think that's the best way to do it. You're an example of something. You know, everything that you do every day represents how you think. You know, I know that my job and responsibility now is to think and entertain the idea of big dreams and have big ideas and to go forward and use the resources that are available to me to develop those big dreams and those big ideas. And I think as a result of doing that, because they're invested in being right, and you create an opportunity to become a platform that will give a lot of people everything in the way of encouragement and serve the larger good. So yeah, man, to be a great athlete is important. To be a good businessman is important. To be a success overall is everything that I've been invested in developing in myself with the use of this opportunity called my life.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're in the bodybuilding world and you haven't gotten a chance to check this out, The Chronicles of King Kai, do yourself a favor. This is stuff that's gonna blow your mind. It's stuff from Kai's real life, and there may be some nuggets from the bodybuilding world and journey as well. Kai Greene, Sadiq Faruqi from New York Comic-Con for RxMuscle.com. Kai, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that, man.